Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this this is just a little predictions video for Wrestlemania. Just gonna go through the card here and give my thoughts on who's gonna win all the different matches here. So, guess first, Kane and the New Age Outlaws versus the Shield. Obvious outcome is obvious. The Shield is gonna win this. It's like no one really cares about this match because why would you? I mean, the Shield is in it, yeah, but so is Kane, and so are the New Age Outlaws. So no one really cares. Um, I wish I cared, but because it's a Shield match, I want to care about a Shield match, but there's just nothing to care about because they're facing Kane and the New Age Outlaws in a match that has no build up, pretty much. So there's no storyline here, really. It's nothing to care about. But it's obvious who's going to win the Shield. Speaking about obvious outcomes, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Undertaker's going to win. Simple. Build up for this match hasn't been that good either. The exception of that one promo that Paul Heyman did in Chicago. But other than that, not much build up here either. No, I should say that, well, there's not much build up, and the build up they do have wasn't that good either. So yeah, nothing too interesting there. On the pre-show, we have the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Tag Team titles. You have Los Jobradores versus Rai Krapsel versus the Real Americans versus the Usos. And I'm going to go with the Usos. Why not? I mean, I think the only people who are going to win, who could possibly win that match, are the Usos or the Real Americans. I'm going with the Usos since they just won the titles after Elimination Chamber. So yeah, I don't think they'll take the titles off of them that quickly. So what's next? John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Um, I want Bray Wyatt to win, really, really badly, really, really badly. But I don't know. It's John Cena though. Like, I mean, he beat Damien Sandow, and he beats all these people who he should lose against in order to push them. And even when he lost to Daniel Bryan, he came on to Raw the next night saying, "Oh well, I was actually pretty hurt at the time, you guys. As a matter of fact, the doctors didn't even want to clear me." So they can never let him look bad. They can never let him lose against someone legitimately. It's annoying. So as much as I want Bray Wyatt to win, I have this fear that John Cena John Cena's afraid, even though he was making fun of them just not too long ago. But obvious fake fear is obvious. Um, so even I want Bray Wyatt to win, but I have this fear that John Cena will win. But I'll go with my gut and say Bray Wyatt will win. I'll put my faith in WWE and say that they'll actually make the right call for once, and Bray Wyatt will beat John Cena. Um, then there's the Divas title match, the Vicky Guerrero Invitational. You have AJ Lee versus Natalya versus Layla versus Naomi versus Emma versus Summer Rae versus Alicia Fox versus Tamina versus everyone else, because no one else is really worth mentioning. No one else is a good enough wrestler to actually merit actual mention, so I won't mention them. Then again, it's only like 4 people I didn't mention. No, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people I did mention. Whatever. It's. How can you pick a winner for this? Like, there's 20 million divas in the ring, and it's a just one pinfall to decide the victor. That's stupid. It's going to be chaos in the ring. I mean, and thinking about it in one way, if someone does take the title from AJ, it's going to be either Tamina or Naomi. Those are the only 2 that actually make sense. I've heard some people say that they think Brie Bella will win because it'll be Brie Bella winning the title and Daniel Bryan winning the title. It'll look really cool, but why would Brie Bella win the title? There's no build up to that at all whatsoever. It'd be really random. The only people who would make sense story-wise to beat AJ are Naomi or Tamina. But I don't think either of them will win either, because look at it this way. There's so many divas involved in this match that winning the match is not going to look impressive to literally anybody except for AJ. Because look at what WWE's been doing. they've been treating this match like it's already guaranteed AJ's going to lose. Like you hear all the divas saying, yeah, there's no way she's going to win. You hear Josh Matthews saying, I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed she's not going to retain, right? So who do you think they're acting like it's already? They're acting like AJ's already lost the title, and that the question is who's going to win it. And WWE likes doing these things where they make it look like someone's going to lose, and then they just go and win. So story-wise, it makes perfect sense for AJ to retain. So I'm going to go with AJ winning this match for that reason, plus the reason that I said a minute or two ago that whoever wins this match, if it's not AJ, it's not going to be that impressive of a win, and it's not going to look very impressive. They can celebrate all they want, but it's not going to be a big deal because you were just one of the divas, and there's so many divas there that's like it's not that much. It just doesn't seem like that big of an accomplishment. It's just like you have so many divas involved in the match that it just doesn't seem like. I mean, it's an accomplishment if you look at it in terms of like you managed to get a pinfall even though all those divas were involved, but it's just there's so many divas involved that it'll take attention away from the victor, and it'll just be like, oh, so she was the one that won. You know, it won't be like she was able to defeat AJ. It'll be she was the one who was able to win, and it's just not as impressive. And it's just so I think AJ is going to win for those two reasons. As for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, half the people in this list it's obvious they're not going to win. Like Zack Ryder, CM Brad Maddox, Jesus Christ, the Great Khali, Rey Mysterio, Justin Gabriel, Brodus Clay. Brodus Clay hasn't shown up on TV since his storyline with Xavier Woods was dropped. By the way, Xavier Woods isn't in this battle royal either. Yeah, Christian got a concussion, so I don't know. They might take him out and put someone else in. But as far as who's going to win this, it's pretty much a Royal Rumble, except not nearly as significant. So it's much more difficult to predict a winner for this. But there are two ways you can think about it. One is they're actually going to try and give the person who wins this a little bit of a push. And if you think about it that way, it's the person who wins is going to be the person who is most likely going to get a push after this. That'll be either Big E Langston or Dolph Ziggler. Or you can look at it another way. The person who wins is going to be someone who is a big guy, because it's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So why would you have a small guy win the Memorial Battle Royal for the Giant? You know, so you would expect a big guy to win. So looking at it that way, it could be either Big Show or Mark Henry. Big Show because they've been pushing Big Show for like so many weeks as like the guy who's going to win the Battle Royal. So it would actually make sense for him to lose. But I actually think Mark Henry could win because he mentioned this at the WrestleMania 30 press conference. But out of all the people in the Battle Royal, he said he was the only one to have actually like touched Andre the Giant. Like I don't know if he meant like he was trained by him or if he like he shook his hand or something. I don't know, but he was the only one to actually like have contact with Andre the Giant. So I think that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, I think my picks for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal are going to be either Big Show, Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, or Big E Langston. Though they dropped the Langston, but whatever. So yeah. I'm letting myself pick multiple people for this because it's hard to just pick one for Battle Royal. That doesn't really mean anything. Other than that, all that's left is Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. And as you can see, I'm a Triple H fan. But people can hate on him all they want, but he's awesome. However, even though I'm a Triple H fan, I still want Daniel Bryan to win. So I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan on this. Again, obvious outcome is obvious. I mean, if you think about it logically, it's actually obvious that Triple H will win because Daniel Bryan, his last world title got taken away after a day. The one before that, he lost within seconds of getting it, like maybe a minute, maybe. The one before that, he lost at WrestleMania. The way he was able to retain it all those times was by running away. And then the time he lost it was at WrestleMania in 18 seconds. So you look at things that way, his history with titles, his history with WrestleMania, and he really does look like a B+ player Compare that to Triple H, who's what, 13-time world champion and an obvious future Hall of Famer, who is also the new head of creative and can have himself win the match if he wants to. I mean, looking at it logically, it's obvious Triple H will destroy Daniel Bryan. But looking at it realistically, well, let me reverse that. Looking at it realistically, Triple H should win. But looking at it from like a common sense perspective, Daniel Bryan's obviously going to win. Like, come on, come on. They're not going to. I think it'd be hilarious if Triple H actually won and then went on to win the title. I think that'd be hilarious. I would be laughing so hard. All the people would be like raging. I'd be laughing the entire time. But I still want Daniel Bryan to win, and I think he will win. I mean, why would WWE have him lose? That'd be stupid. So Daniel Bryan's going to win that match, and as for the triple threat for the world title, Daniel Bryan's going to go on and win that as well and become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and that's that. So those are my predictions for WrestleMania. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, you will have either Big E, Dolph Ziggler, Big Show, or Mark Henry winning. For the tag title match, you'll have the Usos winning. The Divas title match, you'll have AJ winning. However, if someone does beat her, it'll be either Tamina or Naomi. Pretty confident on that. The Shield are going to beat the New Age Outlaws and Kane. Bray Wyatt's going to beat John Cena. The Undertaker's going to beat Brock Lesnar. Daniel Bryan's going to beat Triple H. And then Daniel Bryan's going to beat either Randy Orton or Batista. It doesn't really matter. To become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And yeah, that's that. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll do a review of WrestleMania after it's over. Who knows? But yeah, that's it, you guys. See you guys next time. You guys. Before I go, you can probably tell that it's a little bit later now. But before I put this up, I actually came up with a new theory for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So I figured I'd add that onto this video. There are only 27 people announced for the Battle Royale so far, including Brad Maddox. So there are actually 3 spots open, which are going to be like surprise entrants. So I think my new theory for the Battle Royal is that one of those new entrants is going to be Alexander Rusev. And I think that he's going to come in, and I think he's going to win. He fits into both categories. He's a big guy, plus he's a new guy that they want to push. So I think he's actually going to come in and win, and he might even do something impressive like eliminate the Big Show on his own, something like that. So that's my new theory, that Alexander Rusev is going to get one of those spots like he did in the Royal Rumble. He's going to get one of those spots, and this time he's going to come in and he's going to win. All right, that's my new theory for that. But everything else is the same pretty much. I think that one more thing. I think that maybe, since he has the power to do this, maybe once he loses to Daniel Bryan, Triple H might. I don't think he's going to insert himself into the match anyway, like some people are saying. I think he's just going to like go down and interfere. Because to be honest, he's the COO. So if he wanted to, this is another reason why it's like impossible. Why realistically it's impossible for Daniel Bryan to win. Because if he wanted to, he can literally go to every single superstar in the back and say, I will fire you if you do not go down there and beat Daniel Bryan up and make sure he loses. He can literally do that. So I don't think he'll go that far. I don't think he'll bring like the entire locker room out, but I think he'll bring like some people out, maybe like Kane, the New Age Outlaws, some of his buddies, something like that. But yeah, that's it for this like an add-on for this video. All right. See you guys next time.